You know, I didn't really expect the whole video that I posted today about the Jordan Matthews trade to blow up. But first things first, the one thing that I wanted to say, criticism is nice on YouTube, but when it hits a certain extent where people are actually telling you to delete your channel because I wasn't too familiar in a video about a certain player, that's retarded. What's going on, irrelevant commenter? I'm just kind of going on a rant. Once I'm done with it, I will talk Eagles football with you guys. But the video I put out today, it gained a lot of publicity, a lot more than I expected. Almost 2,000 views, which is way more than my normal average on this channel. And the amount of criticism, and it's not even that it was bad criticism, it was just idiotic. Yes, go Eagles. I agree, Andy. But I got people telling me to delete my channel today because during my reaction video, I looked up some highlights and some stuff about Ronald Darby because I wasn't familiar with him. And I got people saying I don't know my football because I didn't know who this guy from Buffalo was. Like, okay, first and foremost, he's from Buffalo. I focus on the Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Redskins. Secondly, I'm an Eagles football. I talk about Eagles. So when a trade happens, whether I either do the research before the video or even during the video. Today was that occurrence where I did it during the video because I was still trying to make sure if we got a trade or not. You know, I don't think he sucks. I think he actually has a lot of potential, and especially looking him up, seeing his highlights, and he runs a 4.37, which is pretty freaking fast. So I'm excited to see that. But these guys, this video, it's so funny to see these guys say what they said because I wasn't too familiar with one guy. And shout out to Philly 500. I doubt he's watching this, but if he is, he said not to deal with the negativity. I was just laughing at it because all of it is just so funny. It's just so unbelievably funny, and I'm sorry for boring you guys with this little talk about it, but I just had to say something. It's so freaking funny. We got a corner with so much upside. He has done good against the lead receivers. I agree, Joey. I can't wait to see him play. I can't wait to see him play. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna be interesting. What's up, Justin Reacts? How you doing? And I wasn't playing to stream at all. You know, I just wanted to come out and talk about this because it was just so stupid. And I just love YouTubers. I just love the it's fucking funny. He had a great rookie season. Then he kind of struggled in his second year. If he can bounce back, I like this trade. I agree, Bing Bang Bunny. I agree a lot with that, 100%, because he actually has a lot of upside. Like Joey Shake said, he could be really big. He can be an instant starter, in my personal opinion. I honestly find it funny how retarded people can be sometimes. The haters, not you. I agree, irrelevant commenter. I agree. In the end, I'm not fazed by it. I'm just thankful that I got the amount of views and extra subscribers and support from it. So in the end, hey, I'm just here to talk about football and Eagles football specifically. But hey, speaking of football, how about them Cowboys? What do you guys think about Ezekiel Elliott? Jealous that the Eagles have made their offseason smart moves. I agree with that. They made some pretty damn good moves, man, and I'm excited to see what this Darby guy can do for us. He can be an instant starter once he gets a feel for the system, and it should be fun. I don't want him suspended. Fans will have excuses all year round. Well, yeah, but I can understand that. For us, they won't have any excuse when they play us, though, because we play them later on in the season, regardless of the 6 or 4 games suspended, whatever, due to his appeal. We play them later on in the year, so I wouldn't be too concerned. They won't have any excuse against us. If they go 2-4 in their first 6, or if they go 0-4 in their first 4, depending on the appeal, sure, they'll fire up the excuses, but it's still their fault, because he got suspended. He was being the dumbass, so that's all I gotta say about it. But it just made my day seeing that, and then the trade we did. I'm excited. I can't wait to see Matt Collins take on a bigger role in the system and stuff. I just hate Zeke, so I love the suspension. I agree, irrelevant commenter. I mean, he kind of deserved it. Like, the responses that he's put up for this whole thing after finding out he got suspended, they're ridiculous. Because if you really look at it, like, I know he hasn't been convicted, but he's done this 5 times. And we have the tape 3 of those 5 times, according to the NFL, and the pictures to prove it. So, it doesn't matter. Laws are different. Here in New Jersey, if you have a situation like that, you're arrested instantly, just so you can go into questioning or something along those lines, because clearly you did something wrong. In Dallas, in Texas, it might be different. I don't know. But my father works in law enforcement. He was talking to me about it. That kind of thing over here in Jersey will get you into major trouble. So the good thing, in my opinion, is that Roger Goodell decided to not lay back and just give him the easy way out. He full-on suspended him for a decent amount of time, and I'm happy about it. And I don't care what the excuses are, like Joey Shakes was talking about. Like, the fans will go on a lot about excuses because, you know, we didn't have the running back and stuff. I just... Beast Mode TV said, I just want Elliott to be back when we play him so that we can beat the Cowboy fans. They can't make any excuses. Didn't have him, and that's why they lost. Yeah, exactly. I can see us winning. Like, whatever happens before we play them, that doesn't matter, because we play them with Elliott. The only team in our division that gets to play the Cowboys without Elliott, as of right now, no matter what, they're confirmed a game without Elliott, is the Giants, because they play them week 1. So that is probably the only excuse of a game. If they lose, that's the only divisional game they can use that excuse. Oh, Elliott was suspended. If he wasn't, things might have been different. Sure, but in the end, it doesn't matter, because the outcome is the outcome now. Who cares? I don't know. I'm just glad he paid for what he did. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, like, I didn't want to come on here and bore you guys with a rant because of how stupid YouTubers can be. You know, like, people expect certain things from amateur YouTubers like myself. I'm just a kid just camming up whenever something big happens, reacting to it or voicing my opinion. I don't give a shit. That's how I roll on Sacred Eagle, so, hey. If you guys have anything else you want to discuss, go right at it, or else I'm out of here for the night. It's been a pretty boring day. What do you think about all the news today? In general, good to see you, Kelly Green Wings. Really good to see you. The trade we did was pretty good. The whole thing about how we traded away a 3rd round pick for next year, that might be a big issue. But at least we got something out of Jordan Matthews. And I saw somebody comment on my trade video saying she was upset that it wasn't Nelson Aguilar that we traded. And I was like, I don't care, because he's been doing good in OTAs. He did pretty bad with what he was given yesterday. Yesterday in the preseason game. If he doesn't do good in the preseason, he might not even make the team. You know, Matt Collins kind of solidified his spot. Shelton Gibson, Greg Ward, Marcus Smith, whenever he's healthy, I'd love to see them battle it out more often. Alshon Jeffrey and Torrey Smith, they didn't play, but we already know they're 1 and 2 guys. Number 3 looks like it's given to Hollins or Aguilar, but I'm pretty damn sure it's going to go to Aguilar. Who do you think should be our star receiver? Hollins, all the way. Yesterday, I saw a lot of Jeremy Maclin in the way Hollins made that whole catch-and-run play for the touchdown. I saw him a lot. It's all good. I mean, like, I'll go into more detail, because, like, I saw a lot of Jeremy Maclin in him, and a lot of people were saying when we drafted Nelson Aguilar that he was like a Jeremy Maclin prototype, you know? He was like a younger, healthier Jordan Matthews. It clearly wasn't the case, because this guy can't catch and he can't break tackles. Matt Collins, on the other hand, he runs with confidence, he catches the ball, and he looks like he looks like a smaller, slimmer, but tougher Jeremy Maclin. Hollins could be better than both. I agree. And we were talking about it earlier. Yeah, he has good awareness. I agree. Another thing is that it's just he runs with the confidence, and I feel like he would have a much better season, better rookie season than Jordan Matthews did. I feel like he can do a little bit better than how he did in his rookie season. Jordan Matthews, honestly, his rookie season was the best season he had, I believe, yard-wise and productivity-wise. But I think Hollins can kind of overcome that and be better. By the way, I'm from Jersey, too. Pretty cool. How did you find out something new every day? I mean, I'm always looking for something new to talk about, basically. I think he had a sports hernia injury, hamstring concussion, some other kind of injury, and he fell out of favor with the Bills. Darby. Huh. I might have to look up. I definitely do have to do more research, I'll admit. If that is true, then that could be of concern. But I think, because what I know 100% is true, is that he started 29 games in his 2-year career, and he hasn't missed a start. And that's really impressive. So, if that is true, then maybe that could be of concern. But I don't think it's going to be that big a concern. He was snubbed to make the Pro Bowl in his rookie year. Yeah, I heard about that. I remember them talking about it during the Pro Bowl. I mean, we've dealt with a lot of people getting snubbed. Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. I mean, you know, we've dealt with that, but that sucks. Jordan Hicks, rookie season was injured, so that kind of took him out. But last year didn't make the Pro Bowl, which was kind of shocking. But like all in all, man, I have hope for him. He gives us that corner that we need, and it kind of solidifies everything. Yes, irrelevant commenter. I do, in fact, think we should cut McGloin just because he's a waste of space. I won't say waste of space. He's just a waste in the depth chart, you know? I feel like we don't need him. I mean, we have a rookie in Dane Evans, but Nick Foles, we've seen what he can do, you know? He's in the Hall of Fame right now. His jersey is in the Hall of Fame for what he did back in Oakland in 2013. I'm not using that as an example of why he should stay, but I'm just saying. We've seen what he can do. Last year he did really well. I think he'll be a good backup. What do you think of cornerback Mitch White so far? I didn't see too much of him. From what I saw, he didn't look that bad. But like the backup corners last night, definitely C.J. Smith I'm concerned about. But all in all, like the corners yesterday weren't terrible. He was slowly outplaying Stephon Gilmore over the past 2 seasons. It's nice to see Mills, and it's nice to have Mills and Darby. Will they probably put Robbie? I think for the time being, yes. And then I think what we're going to do, Kelly Green Wings, is we're going to maybe cut Robinson, and then once Jones is healthy, I think we might move Mills to the nickel, and then we'll have, or even Darby, whichever one. But when Sidney Jones is 100% healthy next year, those are your 3 guys right there. Darby, because we have him for the next 3 years. Mills, he's on his rookie contract still. And Sidney Jones on his rookie contract. Those are your 3 guys for the future, 3 young guys for the future that have a lot of upside. So your secondary is looking really up, along with your veterans Rodney McLeod and Malcolm Jenkins. So I'm excited for that. Yo, what's going on, your boy Scotty? Ronald Darby and Corey Graham added to the secondary. Pretty nice to our worst position group. I agree. Yeah, I agree. And we'll see how it goes. I have a lot of hope for the secondary this year. And our front 7 last night looked really strong, in my opinion. I liked the pressure that I saw from Derek Barnett, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, and Jordan Hicks. You know, they all did really well executing the blitz last night. And speaking of blitz, I have a topic of the blitz that I wanted to talk about later. I'll talk about it later. I might even make another video about it. It involves the Packers and how the Packers might have actually broken some preseason rules last night against us. So we literally took like half of the Bills secondary. Basically, we did. We took Leotis McKelvin. I believe Rodney McLeod. Wasn't Rodney McLeod a Bill? I'm going to look that up just to make sure I'm not speaking out of my ass. But I feel like he was. But But yeah, we really enjoy trading with the Bills. That's for damn sure. Do you think we will keep Rasul Douglas for the future, though? I think we might. I honestly think McEagles. We maybe for depth, because he hasn't looked that great, but I don't think we're gonna give up on him that quickly. You know, I mean, he was really up and down during training camp. Yesterday, he wasn't the one getting burned. You know, all in all, and we'll see how it goes. Rodney McLeod came from the Rams, right? That's who I'm messing it up with. Never mind. But yeah, we took a lot from their secondary, that's for sure. Ronald Darby, Sidney Jones, Rasul Douglas, and Jalen Mills could end up being a great tandem for the next few years. I agree. I really do. And it makes me excited because we got some young guys out for once at corner. You know, no more Namdi Asamoah, Kerry Wilson. You know, these old veteran guys that have this amazing veteran talent and then end up being the worst freaking corners in Eagle history. You know, like Namdi Asamoah, terrible. Bradley Fletcher, terrible. Nolan Carroll, terrible. Like, all these guys were just bad, and they were already 4 or 5 years into their career or more. Like, Kerry Williams was like 7 years into his career. Namdi Asamoah was like 8 years into his career. It was just bad. Now we have some young guys. Rasul Douglas, Sidney Jones both drafted this year. Jalen Mills drafted last year. Darby drafted 2 years ago. It's all coming together, along with our veteran presence and Rodney McLeod and Malcolm Jenkins. That is two of the best, the best corner duos, one of the best corner duos in the NFL right there. I mean, the defense honestly looks really good, and I feel like we can maybe be top tier. I wouldn't say like extremely top tier, maybe like top 10 at best. At very worst, top 16, you know? Yes, a good 10. I agree. There weren't too many highlights with Darby. Like, there were a couple interceptions and a couple of good tackles, but other than that, and of course the pass deflections. He has a lot more pass deflections in his own career than all the Philadelphia Eagles corners have in their entire career so far, so I see a lot of upside in Darby. But Ezekiel Elliott, man, I keep coming back to that topic because I'm curious to see how his appeal is going to go down within the next couple of weeks. He has the 3 days to appeal, and he has until, like, who knows how long with this NFL system he has to, you know, get this appeal order finished. Because, like, freaking Lane Johnson, it took Lane Johnson almost up to week 4 last year where he was supposed to be suspended to begin with to figure out, yeah, your appeal is not going to go through. You're going to be suspended for 10 games. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, guys. But, I'm just hyped. It's funny now because next week we're playing the Bills, and we just traded Jordan Matthews to the Bills, and we just got Darby from the Bills. It's really funny how things planned out. It's as if it was all planned out. There are a lot of rumors that, you know, the Eagles were always trying to trade Matthews and that he was always on the shopping block and everything. Like, I don't know. We were always trying. I don't know. But, like, I'm going to miss Matthews as much as, you know, his presence. Like, I don't know. It's just weird, the situation with Matthews. I feel like Matthews, he was good. He could have been really good. But for some reason, it just didn't work very well. Where did Sammy Watkins go? He got traded to the LA Rams. He's there in LA now trying to help out Jared Goff to, you know, because Jared Goff, in my eyes, he's still a rookie. He's not as good as Prescott or Wentz, obviously, but yeah, Watkins went to the Rams. Hopefully, or I wouldn't say hopefully, but maybe that'll help Goff out a little bit. Yeah, no problem. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, let's go. Let's keep it going. All right, MC Eagles. Do you think Matthews will get booed next week or a standing ovation? What do you think? Good question. I think we'll give him a standing ovation. Nothing like a frickin' like Brian Dawkins returning to Philly in a Denver Bronco uniform, you know. But definitely we'll give him something because he deserves it. You know, he wasn't like a hated Eagle. People liked him. I liked him. But he just wasn't getting it done, I guess, and at least we got something from him, and it's all business. That's the main thing. It's all It's all about business, and that's what happens in the NFL. You get traded out of the blue like that. You get cut out of the blue. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. Our linebackers are hanging by a thin thread. I don't agree with that, Kelly Greenwings. I think our linebackers, at least our backup linebackers, sure. But Nigel Bradham and Jordan Hicks, those guys look good. As far as our other linebackers go, I mean, yeah, Nate Gary played pretty well. Yeah, I'll agree to that. Michael Kendricks had an interception. He didn't look terrible. He doesn't want to be here. I mean, he has to get traded. He doesn't want to be here in Philly, but he didn't look terrible, so I'm fine with that. But, like, I don't know. The linebackers look good. Jordan Hicks, as long as Jordan Hicks is healthy, that presence with Jordan Hicks there is gonna be deadly, you know. And I just want to see if there's any new news, you know, that I haven't seen, like any new articles or whatnot. Besides Darby, of course, you know, I've already had enough about Darby. Oh, apparently Malcolm Jenkins is going to continue the anthem demonstration. Great. That's news, right? Yeah, great. No one cares. What'd you guys think of, Kendricks could be wanting out, and Bradham has that legal stuff, so we need backups. So, well, we have Nate Gary, and that's a big thing. I think Nate Gary is a good backup, and I feel like he will definitely come into play sometime in the future if something happens with Bradham, or if we manage to trade Michael Kendricks, then for sure you can see Nate Gary maybe this upcoming season. Do you have any updates on Alshon's minor injury? That they're not talking much about it. They're saying he's 100% healthy. They just wanted to rest him. I mean, they didn't play Torrey Smith yesterday either, and Torrey Smith is 100% healthy. So I wouldn't worry about Alshon Jeffrey. If the Eagles do start Wentz and some of the other starters next week, you might see him for like 1 or 2 receptions. But definitely just stay tuned for the Miami game, week 3 in 2 weeks. Because that's the dress rehearsal, like always. The Eagles are going to be playing their starters or both teams are going to be playing their starters for half the game to really see what, you know, give us a good idea as to what our team is going to look like in September and forward. So, all in all, I wouldn't be too worried about Alshon Jeffrey. Irrelevant commenter. Let's see, did I miss anything else? Yeah, I feel back to Kelly Greenwings and the linebackers. I don't think Nigel Bradham's legal stuff is gonna be that big an issue. I feel like if it was still an issue, that it would have been dealt with already. And as far as getting backups, like I said, Nate Gary. I don't know who else we have there. I actually want to look that up. I'm not too familiar with the entire depth chart. I'm trying to get the names of people down. But we have a pretty good amount of depth at linebacker. We have a lot of depth all around. Depth, especially on offense, like offensive line and wide receiver and running back. You know, we have a lot of depth there. Let's see. I'm on the website now, but I haven't been on this website in so long. I just have the app, and the app is so much easier to navigate through. My computer sucks ass anyways. But, yeah. I wanted to talk to you guys about the Packers, and this is a topic for one of the 2 videos coming out tomorrow. Philly 500, Bitterbird, Archive, the Mighty E-Rock, should do videos together. If that could happen, I mean, I'm down. Like I've talked with Philly 500 a lot. I mainly, like, out of everyone you just named, I've talked a lot with Philly 500. He's, like, the guy, you know. His channel's growing like crazy, and, you know, like, he and I always share some good conversation about the Eagles. So, I would definitely try, but I don't know if it'll happen. We can try to make it happen, though. Mention that to him, and let's see what he says, you know. Do you think Clement and Humphrey were misused? I don't think they were misused, and I'm going to talk about that. I promise, I will. There was an art. They were talking about it on the radio, and I'm gonna either save it for another video. The Packers yesterday, their defensive coordinator might have broken a few a few preseason rules. Yeah, definitely do that. But the Packers. People said that they might have broken a few preseason rules, and I'll talk about that in a second. What are your thoughts on Treggs and Ward? Bryce Treggs surprised me. 91 yards, 7 receptions. All in all, very solid game. I loved seeing McGloin actually land a pretty solid pass right in front of him. But Ward, I need to see more of. But Treggs, I would definitely keep him. He's a speedy guy, and I can see us using him as a threat. Maybe he had a trick play and stuff. Packers safeties went unaccounted for. But if you look back at the film, specifically when the Eagles starters were on the field, they were rushing 7 or 8 guys. You know, they had maybe like 2 linebackers and a safety going up with their front 4 trying to get at Wentz. And they were talking on the radio that the Eagles were all out of sorts and they looked bad because the Packers just kept blitzing the entire game nonstop. And, you know, preseason week 1, week 2, you're playing vanilla. You're just trying to evaluate. But it seemed like the Packers just nonstop wanted to blitz and hit the Eagles players so much. And one of the plays, which was, I believe it was right before the 2 completions that set up the touchdown pass to Matt Collins, Wentz, the linebackers and safeties went straight through our guys, and Wentz had nothing to do but to drop down and just not get hit. Luckily, he didn't get hit. People were saying the way he fell as well, if someone had stepped on him, torn ACL, torn Achilles, something bad could have happened. Luckily, he didn't get hit, clearly. But I'm going to talk more about it tomorrow in more depth. Definitely, there was something up with the Packers and their defensive schemes, in my personal opinion. Yeah, Clay Matthews was charging right at him, like, no hesitation, wanted to lay him out. Wentz even said he had no clue how we got out of there, you know? And we know he can do that in real games. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just, for a preseason game, that looked a little suspicious, and I'm a little worried about that because that just wasn't right. Now that there's a solid number 1 corner, do you think Sidney Jones should sit out longer for recovery and not get rushed out too early? I don't think the Eagles were even going to consider rushing him out too early. I think the Eagles were, in fact, going to continue to play it safe and just let him rest. I think that's the better thing, you know? Yeah, we go destroying some of the players. We ended up doing that. That's true. Yeah, I'm just saying though. It just looked a little off in my opinion. The whole frickin' Packers defense going up at our frickin' team. I don't know. It just didn't look right in my eyes for a preseason game. The amount of blitz. And I'll talk more about it tomorrow in a in a video, a full-on video just discussing it because I was just worried. And the amount of pressure was just bad. What do you think of Matt Collins? And you think he could be a real good player? I believe he can, yeah. I think he has a lot of potential. I think he could be like a Jeremy Maclin kind of guy, but in the slot. Mainly in the slot. Did they go all out? They did. They almost got to Wentz. They sacked him once, but he like slid onto his knees and just ducked down. But it was still a dangerous spot to be in because somebody could have tripped, landed on his leg funny, or someone legitimately just could have just dove right into him, helmet to helmet or something, and caused a concussion or worse. And Clay Matthews was just sprinting all out right at him, trying to take out his legs. Wentz, the touchdown play. This is what I'm talking about. Wentz said he didn't even know how he got away from him, how he managed to get the touchdown, the throw out to Matt Collins. He doesn't know how he did it. But it looked a little suspicious. And Ike Reese even said, for a preseason game, that's a violation. You do not blitz that much for both your starters and your scrub players. You do not blitz against a team that much. And like Doug Peterson, even he was upset after the game. People and players were saying they were upset. They saw what the Packers were trying to do on the sidelines to the guys on the field, and they were confused as hell. They were like, what the hell is happening? Why are they just going all out blitz? I thought this was just preseason. I want to get a chance to play, but these guys are just nonstop trying to kill us. So, you know. Looking forward to your vids. Violation. See, this, you got me. Yeah, but it was just all weird, you know. Alright, I'll answer a few more questions before I head off, I wasn't really planning to be on this long, but hey, it happens. All Mike Mayock talks about with Matt Collins, Mac 10 is him being a special team player, and special teams looks a little sloppy. Because I think special teams in preseason is really just about making the team. That's where the sloppiness really shows. Because, like, those are the guys, like if you barely, like, besides Donnie Jones and our long snapper, whatever his name, Duran Boss or something, yeah, the magician, there wasn't really any main starters out there. Like, Donnell Pumphrey was out there, and he looked nervous as all hell, you know, and Greg Ward was out there. He wasn't able to get a single freaking punt return either. So yeah, I'll admit, it did look really sloppy, but I don't think that's the real deal with our special teams. So, ask me some more questions, guys, before I head off. Let's bang these out. Thanks for everything. I'll hit you back up and see what Philly 500 says. Thanks, man. Let me see what your name is. All right. Let me know whenever you get anything. Because it's going to be difficult, trust me. And trying to get the people that you were talking about, the other people you were talking about as well, it will be cool, but it will be difficult as well. So we'll see how it goes. Definitely hit me up with an answer. And, yeah, see you. Thank you for joining the stream. But, yeah, I'll take like 1 or 2 more questions, and then I'm going to head off. Because I'm out. Mom said if it was college, it would have been good. That one is worrisome. Yeah. He just didn't look right. You know, for a running back, he kind of, excuse me, he kind of looked out of sorts, you know? He didn't look all there. He looked really jumpy. Do you drive a green car? I don't drive any car. I don't have that. I don't have the license yet. If I did drive a car, I don't think it would be green. But hey, we'll see. Alright, I'm going to head off, guys. Thank you all for joining the stream. I'll see you all tomorrow with 2 videos, one regarding the Cowboys and one regarding the Packers. Do you think Barnett is better than Garrett? Kinda. Yeah, I would say so, honestly. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you all for tuning in. See you guys later.